Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Veronica, but around here I'm known as Data Geek. And today I want to dive in on how to tell a story with your data. So do you want to turn messy data into a powerful story? Well, in this video, I'll show you how to use Python and D.A.T.A. framework to clean and visualize data using a fun data set, which is a cartoon data set. And if you want to get access to that data set, I will put that link in the description below for you to have. So first, let's define the question, what do you want to know from your data? So when you get data, that's the first thing you should ask. Like, what is it that you're getting out of this data? What is your story? What do you want from it? So today we'll answer the question, what influences purchase behavior across age groups and countries? So we'll kind of explore it with this data set that we have. It's good to know your top paying customers. That way you can go ahead and target those customers. But first, let's go over the D.A.T.A. framework. So letter D, define the question. So start by asking, what do I want to know? What's the story I'm trying to tell? A, acquire and analyze. Then collect the data and start exploring. Use tools such as Python, SQL, or even Excel to get your answers. Next is T. You're going to transform the data. Clean it, sort it, group it. This is where your story starts to take shape. And A, answer and act. Now turn it into a clear insight or recommendation. Use charts and plain language to communicate your findings. So with this being said, I will meet you in Jupyter Notebook where we can get started on uploading our data set. All right, so here I am in my Jupyter Notebook. So I use Anaconda Navigator to use Jupyter Notebook. So if you guys want to learn how to download Anaconda Navigator, I will put that link in the description below with a step-by-step video on how to do that. First thing you want to do is import the data set. So I'll go to the home page of Jupyter Notebook. You'll be on your file page. And then from there, you want to click on upload. You will go to your file location on where you have your uploads. Then you will go ahead and click on your data set. Again, I will have this data set in the link provided in the description, so you can go ahead and follow along. Then I will go ahead and click open. And I already have this data set uploaded in here, but I'm going to go ahead and overwrite it. So I'll go ahead and overwrite that. So then you can go ahead and scroll down to the bottom where it has little green windows. It is called Cartoon Customer Dataset. So if you double click that, it will open up. So you always just want to kind of look at your data set and see what it looks like. Check the variables that you will need. So in this case, we have customer ID, name, gender, age, country, items purchased, category, season, and purchase amount. So we have to ask that question, what influences purchase behavior across age groups and countries? So age groups, we have our age here, we have country here, and of course purchases would be our purchase amount here. So we have everything we need. So again, you have to make sure you have these variables to answer that question. Sometimes you may not have the age group, maybe you might just have date of birth. That's when you have to manipulate the data and kind of figure out their age by their date of birth. But in this case, we don't have to do that. First, we want to clean the data. So step one, we're going to import libraries. And then we're going to import that data set we just uploaded into Jupyter Notebook so we can view it and start cleaning it. So I'm going to go ahead and add a cell here. And I'm going to import pandas as PD. So pandas is a very popular Python library that is used a lot with data analytics because it helps you clean the data by dropping duplicate values, renaming columns, checking for null values, and so much more. So I'm going to go ahead and run this code by hitting this little play button here, and it ran successfully. So again, I'm going to go back here and add another cell. So now that I have my pandas library, now I am able to work with the packages. So the package I'm going to be doing is the pd.read, the CSV file. So it starts off with df because you need to name it. So df is short for data frame. After this, I'm going to call the pd.read underscore CSV, open parentheses, double quotation. Now here is where I need the name of my CSV file. And if you're using a different data set, you're going to have to put that data set name here. I'm going to go back to my data set. So this is my data set name here. So I'm going to click up here. It's already highlighted, so all I can do is I'm using Windows. I'm going to do a Control C to copy, and then go back to my cell, and I'm going to do a Control V to paste. We do a .csv because we're doing a CSV file, double quotations, and then close that parenthesis. So you need to make sure that you have a CSV file. So it cannot be an Excel file because you're telling Python to pd.read CSV. So it has to be a CSV file. You can go back to your files and go down to your dataset and see where it says .csv. So these are all CSV files. So if you have something like this, XLSM, this is an actual Excel file. So on your desktop, open up your Excel file and save it as a CSV file. So once you do that and make sure it's a CSV file, then you put .csv. So this is the only line of code that you need for Python to read your data set. You can start reviewing it, cleaning it. So now it's in here. We're ready to view it. So I'm going to go ahead and run this, and it ran successfully. So now I'm going to go back into that same cell and I'm going to hit enter. Now I want to look at the head of my data set. So I put df, which is the name of our data set now, because we named it up here. And then we're going to dot head, open and close parentheses, and run this code. So now we're looking at the head of our data. So again, it's customer ID. We have name, gender, age, country, items purchased, category, season, and purchase price. So again, when you look at your question up here, what will be the answer for what influences purchases behavior across age groups and countries? So age we have, countries, and purchase price. And we're going to explore gender also and see what is our highest purchase amounts. So we have everything we need to answer that question. Also, if you want to see more of your data, you can click into the open and close parentheses and you can put like 15 here and run this. Now we'll show you the top 15 of your data. So it's always good just to look at your data and making sure you don't see anything unusual that you might have to change that might cause error in your analysis, because you want to make it as clean as possible. So that's what we're going to do in step 2. We're going to clean the data set. So I'm going to add a cell here and we're going to remove duplicates. We're going to check for null values and we're going to group age ranges. So the first thing I'm going to put a note here is I put a number sign, check for missing values. So when I put a number sign there, it's basically just telling Python to read the code as a text. So it's not going to run anything with that. And then here is my code, df.isNull, open and close parentheses, .sum, open and close parentheses. So I'm checking for missing values. So I want to say my data set name, .isNull, and I want to see the sum of any null values. So I go ahead and run this. Now it's showing me each variable name, which is the column name, gender, age, country, items purchased, category, season, purchase amount. And it's telling me how many null values I have in each column, which is 0. So we're good to go on that. We don't need to do anything else. But I'm going to add another cell. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop duplicates. So I'll put another note here, drop duplicates. And to do that, it's df.drop_duplicates. Open parentheses, and we need in place equals true. Close that parentheses, and we'll go ahead and run this code. And it just ran successfully, so it dropped any duplicate values. So next, we're going to go ahead and do a age group. So this is going to create the age ranges, also called bins. These ranges split ages into 4 groups, so 0 to 18, and then 18 to 35, then 35 to 50, and then 50 to 70. And then it's going to think of this as drawing boundary lines to group ages into buckets. So I'm going to go ahead and create the code. That way you can kind of see what I mean. So create age group. So first I'll do the bins. So BINS equals open bracket 0, 18, 35, comma, 50, comma, and 70, and then close that bracket. Then I want to use labels, labels equals, open bracket, double quotation, because these are text. So it's going to be the output of text. So it's going to be output TEEN, double quotation, comma. Now again, double quotation, young adult, double quotation, comma. So you can see each statement is separated by a comma, then double quotation, adult, double quotation, comma, and then double quotation, senior, double quotation, and close bracket. So as you can see, these are going to group by ages, 0 to 18, and then 18 to 35, 35 to 50, 50 to 70, and they're going to call each of those groups as teen, young adults, adult, and senior. Now I want to do a DF, open bracket, double quotation, and this is going to be called age group. This is our variable name, which is our column name. And then close that bracket, equals pd.cut, open parentheses, df, open bracket, double quotation, age, and it's grabbing it from the age column. That's how it's identifying this new column to identify the age column by the ages to verify these. Close that bracket, comma, and now bins equals bins, comma, and labels equals labels, close parentheses. And we will run this code. And it ran successfully. So just to show you what it did, I'm going to go ahead and go in the same cell and hit enter. And I'm going to do a df.head as we did up here. As you can see up here, there's just these certain variables that came with the data set. We entered a new column, so we want to see if this column actually was created. So df.head, open and close parentheses, and run this code. Now you will see age group here. And it identified the teens. Let's go ahead and click in this open and close parentheses where it says df.head and put 20. I want to see the top 20, so I run that. And now there's 20 columns, and now you can see young adults and teens. All right, so going to step number 3. This is always the fun part for me, is to visualize the data, because I'm a visual learner, so I like to look at things and see what my data is about. So I'm going to go ahead and add a cell here. First thing you need to do is import your libraries, as always, because if you try to run packages or run your code without importing any libraries, it will give you an error. So make sure you import your libraries first. So import matplotlib .pyplot as plt. So this is matplotlib. It helps you see your data sets in a visuals. You can use pie charts, bar charts, you can use scatter plots, all kinds of different charts with matplotlib. So I'm going to go ahead and run this, and it ran successfully. So in here again, I'm going to copy and paste this code because it's a long code. We want to make this video as short as possible. So this code here is country sales. So this code groups your data by country, then it sums up all the purchase amount values in that group. So that's what this is for. And then I'm going to go ahead and run this. So this bar chart shows the total amount of money spent by customers in each county. So we use the group by, which is here, df.groupby, and the sum, which is .sum, to get how much each country spent overall. So it's a great way to see which countries have the biggest buyers. And as you can see, UK has the biggest purchased amount because here's purchased $7,000. A little over 6,000 is France, then Japan, Germany, Australia, USA, and Canada. Canada is the least total sales. So now that we have that one, I want to go ahead and create another one. So I'm going to create another cell. I'm going to copy and paste the code here. We have age underscore average. And again, it uses the same methodology, df.groupby, and we want to use the variables group name and purchase amount. And this time we want to see the mean. Then we go on with the figure of our bar chart, and we will go ahead and run this. So here it gives the average purchase amount by age group. So you scroll down, there's teen, young adults, adult, and seniors. So if you remember, we created this column to group it by ages to identify the teens, young adults, adults, and seniors. And now we calculated the average amount they spent. So as you can see, teens is higher than all of them. Seniors looks like it's the least purchase amount. So as you can see, this tells us how each age group typically spends when they buy something. All right, so I'll add another cell here because now we're going to do a pie chart. So I'm going to paste in that code and we're going to do it by gender count. So we want to know our customers and see what customers are spending the most by gender. So again, we're going to do the variable column gender and we're going to do dot value counts, which helps us count how many male and how many female spend the most. And then we'll go ahead and run this code. And now we have customer gender breakdown. So we see that male is 64.2% and female is 35.8%. So this is a pie chart and it shows how many customers we have by gender. It helps us understand who our audience is. And we use the dot value counts, which is this right here, to quickly count each category in the gender column. So as you can see, each of these visuals answer a different part of the bigger question. So who are our customers and how do they spend? So good data stories break the question into pieces like this, and they show it clearly with great visual charts. That's why I love these charts, because we can't tell a story with just plain data in a data set. We love our visualizations to kind of break it down more visually and easily for us to understand. Now that we have our data set cleaned and ready to go, because we uploaded the data set, but it was what you call raw data set. So it's just straight from the database or wherever you're going to get it from. So wherever you got it from, you cleaned it. So now we want to save that clean data set. And to do that, we want to add a cell and use this code df.to_CSV, open parentheses, double quotation. And this is where you want to name your data sets. I'm going to name it cleaned underscore cartoon underscore customer underscore data.csv, double quotation, comma, index equals, and then false, close parentheses. So that's all of the code that you need to save your data set. So you make sure to run your code to save it. It ran successfully. So now if you're not sure where it gets saved to, you go to your home page of your Jupyter Notebook and you will scroll to see where it says cleaned cartoon customer underscore data.csv. So this is our clean data set. You can double click it and open it up and check it out if you want to, but it's saved there in your home page of Jupyter Notebook. Then of course, once you open it, just go to File and download it. You click download, save to your files in your file location. So going back to the code, just to review, now we know UK is the top spending. We know that teens are the top spenders and male. So this makes it easy for us to tell the story. All right, that is it. So this is our conclusion. So our insight, we discovered UK tops the spending. It's our target high value campaign here. And the teens averaged 350. So this is your superpower buyers. And then we discovered our audience. So we discovered 64% of your buyers are male. So that is a wrap. So if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next video.